So therefore, as 민중도 고요래, 타바 동료도 고요래, 동료도 싫어 고요래. 이내 다음에 주고 검제 된 적고 다시 한번 지금 말해. 그래서 들어가지면 나는 와.
However, while we are practicing, and we need such a motivation that to get the liberations and to enter into the Mahayana track. And simply we meditate on the self-centeredness, like this kind of, simply we meditate on the emptiness on self-centeredness. That is not enough for us. And we have to take the, you can say, the vehicles, the both vehicles, like, Hinayana vehicle as a Mahayana vehicle too. And also, when we are practicing, it's very important for us to follow all the tracks, like small scope, middle scope, and the greater scope. So that's why we say that we have Mahayana.
Lama One doing Mesoba Ninzi Katuina Tuneta, Lava, Totin Lojan Ninzi Katu in the Chaban to Ziga Tunet and Isha Sava, Ninzi Katu in a Tashola Shilaki. Ninzi Katu Tivana Vatama, Omia Tabatuna Logi, good Kola to win Zigatuna, Round to win Ziva Tezu, Simsi, Kenya to win the Lord of Asa, and she seemed to.
So, I told you before, I already mentioned you before about the small scope, middle scope, like definitions and the way of, the ideal, to practice. So once you realize the practice of small scope and the middle scope, and then you will be able to enter into the greater scope tracks. So once you enter the greater scope tracks, and your target is to renounce totally, not only for your sake, but for the sake of other all sentient beings. So that's why to understand. I told you before. I already mentioned you before about, you can say, the pervasive composition of sufferings. And those who always practice on the self and selflessness all the time, day and night, without any kind of break. And that is, the way that you just live yourself, as well as for several other sentient beings, to away from this samsara once and for all. So this is how that we say that the importance of realizing the understanding of small scope as well as the middle scope, just to enter into the path of greater scope.
Rang doing somebody Mandibati Nashi, the Shimsi Rang, the doing and Blumedo, core member Nashiri, our Simon Nashiri, Maran, you remember some that you doing today, she asked and she about Kapoya and Lima. Then I Julia to many Masaba said, no one sensation doing and that the other Ablero. Rang Tunga Angela Yamasolo Guna Mateva, Semse the Transki, Chamba, Ninja, for sure.
So, by merely we say, by merely, by merely saying samsara is full of suffering, and that is not enough, like. For that, it's very important for us to understand what is suffering in within you, and what you feel, what are the sufferings. And if you really understand this is suffering, and then you understand that this is a thing that which I really don't need, then you have to apply the same pattern to others, that, oh, they are also sentient beings. They also don't need what I don't need, because we have same life. So for that, it's very important to meditate also to oneself, to away from these kind of things, and as well for the others. Instead of that, if you do that, oh, this samsara are full of suffering. Oh, this is suffering. If you don't practice anything, if you just say like, just use your name like a leaves, blah, 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 then that's not enough. Because it doesn't make any sense for them. The more important is just to practice. So, start from yourself, and to know that these sufferings are unnecessary and something that we really don't need. So through this way you can help others. It is something like that, once you are unable to practice by yourself really well, so what happens? They create problems. For example, the one who never ever happened to be appeared into the university, and he said that, oh, I was graduate from this university, so I have a standard to teach in this very level. Then others laugh at you, because you don't have any qualification at all. You never been to the universities. How can you teach in such a universities, So likewise, once you really don't have any kind of understanding and some kind of insight, how can you teach? So that's why I say that if you start from class kindergarten and to the junior, senior, and high school, if you follow all the tracks and if you graduate, and you can say, I have a standard to teach, then everybody can say, yeah, he got all the qualifications, like step by step, yeah, everything. And likewise, and if you didn't practice about small scope and less scope, if you say, oh, great scope, I get the realization I can teach, the everybody get laugh. So it doesn't make any sense. That's why it's very important to follow from way to way, like small scope, middle scope, and greater scope. Then through this way, you can benefit them, also benefit yourself, and your teaching is real teaching, because you are able to, once you follow the small scope to the small scope, the middle scope, then if you say, I practice on love and compassion, then it's really something very respectable, and something that is appreciable, and that you can do practice. Otherwise, something.
Lama Atisha ranju toba tungeji rangu kyoji ni tiboshino lama toba tunge mesuba si kena kanshi ki kiba kanshi ki ni shenje tunge na ba yangda kone saban tu kibo tini choyi na rangu toba ki sana ni shenje tunge na samje shenje tunge na ba taba sabar sedu lo jingiti tibo ne kibo rabes rangu kyo tunge kine 기부 충분히 좀 비난 맞게 봐. 남상으로 신경 동에 세바 지금 인생을 기부 쳐 봐. 기부 때문에 맞지 때문에 또 고기 어려워.
That's why Atisha says. That
연주 떡에 생각 어떤 것들이 거라는 게 또.
You yourself is unable to realize the suffering of middle scope and small scope by yourself. So how can you say that? And how can you say that they are really unable to realize the suffering of small scope and middle scope? So that's why the form is the most important part is that you have to realize for yourself this is suffering, and this is something that the suffering which is suffered by middle scope and something which is suffering which is suffered by the small scope, and that's why they are unable to widen the mind, and they have the very limited kind of like practices and destination and goal. So once you are able to realize all this suffering by yourself and you get some kind of effect, then you can able to remove all those sufferings. Otherwise, there's no way. So it means you have to start from yourself. It's like if you didn't start any kind of foundation, if you want to, for example, if you want to construct a one house, if you didn't start any kind of basement or foundation, so how can you say that, oh, I want to just put up the ceilings without any foundation, without any walls? How can you put the ceilings? Like no way. So likewise, the foundation is that you need some kind of realization within yourself.
that you can be able to back to the Torah news. Initially, Daniel Machine 27, somebody in the yard, the back window, it's as you was me, as you are.
So once you able to get the test, or further you can say the path of small scope, the middle scope, and through this way, and then you can able to meditate on the equanimity or equilibrium, and then you can say all mothers are sentient beings, the kindness of mother, and likewise step by step, then you can able to meditate on the love and compassion, great love and compassion.
Study Lamda Mango to some just the Thomas. In it and the Rosamond Lamda Telamdor, to the Count of Kayushuna, Telamdi, English, and the Rishavai was not interested. The Muslim Trosum, Telamdor. Telamna was taken on to China.
So here I'm unable to, you can say to complete the whole text, but I feel that I might have given you some heart of the text, so the teaching. But anyhow, once you finish the Melam, Melam Shumo, great prayer of the people. So once you are, so here, Venerable Rinpoche is teaching, and if you able to go to the teaching of Rinpoche, then it's really benefits for you. It's in the mainly teaching is concerned of you can get up the path of virtues, the path of Gevelam, the virtues, path of virtues. Especially they're concerned with the path of virtues. So if you're able to attend the teaching, then it's really benefit for you.
That the man then in the back, like a lesson on teaching without the two was without the representation.
So here I feel it's quite easy for me because the Rinpoche is here, and I feel a little bit relaxed because the Rinpoche is going to give you a teaching on that. So it's more nice for you because you're receiving teaching for Rinpoche. So right now, whatever the words that I share with you, and never forget it, because it's something that is not, you can listen and throw it. It's something really benefits you. So I hope that you will give in your mind. So I feel like to stop here and wish you a very good and happy, wonderful teaching from Rinpoche, and I hope that it will really benefit to you.
Yeah, Delam.
Gelam. Gelam. Is it Delam? Oh. Yeah, but, yeah. Path of bliss. I heard like Gelam, which is a path of virtues. So Delam, which means path of bliss. Path of bliss.